Now we will talk about try and catch more, right? How we are doing it and how to, handle all these things. Let me create another file. So this is exception demo one. I'll copy this, paste it, exception demo two, and we will work on exception demo two now. Okay. Now let's understand that this is your statement. And here, this particular line, I am copying this and putting it here, here, right? Now it's saying that handle this thing, right? So it's saying that unhandled exception file not found or something like that, right? Okay. But we have put it inside the try catch. This kind of error should not come. What it is saying that you handled it, but you're saying I want to handle it as an arithmetic exception. No, no, no. Let's understand. File related thing is file input, file not found exception. So it's saying there is an unhandled exception, file not found. So Java itself or the IDE itself is suggesting you that what you have to do. So you can put another catch block here. You can say catch. So in a single uh, block of code, in the same block of code, you can have multiple exceptions. It may happen, right? So here I will write catch file file not found exception FE. You can give any name. I am giving the name as FE. And then here you can handle. So it's not just system.out.println. It's up to you what you want to write. So I'll say file not present. Then only this will come. If file is present at that particular location, it will not have any issue. If the file is not present at my desktop, Java folder and all, right, then it will show me error. It's like this, file not present. I am just writing file not present, nothing else. This time, if I'll run this, now this is an interview question. This is like interview question. They will say that these three are the line. So what will be the output? So the output, if you see some problem while num1 by num2, it's not showing me this. It is not showing me this. What is the reason? The reason is because the exception is there at line number, let's say 16 itself. So once this will occur, it will catch arithmetic exception. And because you have put in the block, right? So it will not going to execute all these things. Okay. So if you want to handle file not found, so what is a good practice? What is a good practice? In a single block of code, you should not handle multiple type of exception, right? So for this, it should be arithmetic exception. For file not found, this line you can put again the try catch, right? It's like for single line of code also you can put try catch. As of now, let me make this as uh, 10 so that num1 and num2 will not be like, you know, it will not throw the exception. Now this time, if I'll run this, it will show me num3 is 2. That's fine. And then it is showing me file not present. Okay. Why? Because now there is a problem at line number 18 and we are catching it and we are handling it by showing the message file not present. Okay. So one try block can have multiple catch blocks, and based on the exception, it will show you what kind of exception it is. But can I put what will be the problem? Let's say if I'll say catch, okay, and in the block, I'm putting the parent and I'm saying something like exception, exception caught. I'm just writing something. exception. It is not allowing me. Why? It's saying that unreachable catch block for arithmetic exception. What it is saying that you have already handled it through the parent class. And now you're saying that arithmetic exception, file not found exception. No, it's saying that you have already handled. Why you want to go to the specific handle now? It's like this. So you should not do this thing. If you want to do it here. Let me close this first. If you want to do it here at the end, at the end. Because if you know the specific exception, it's better you write it like that. So what this mean? If file not found exception is not there, if arithmetic exception is not there, and we don't know what kind of exception can come in my code block, then simply write catch exception at the end, so that if nothing is there, it will go to the this particular part. If no other kind of exception is there, it will go here. It's like this. Okay. So as of now, it is able to find that file not found exception is there, and it is not going here. It is not going to line number 28. There is one more block which is called finally. Okay. So let me write it. What is finally? I'll tell you. Finally. So it's a block of code. So what finally does it, whether there is exception or not, it will be executed under finally. So you want to do something. Finally means after executing this line of code, you want to do something, right? So you can put finally block. Okay. So this will be executed once everything is done. After that, it is executing. I am under finally. Okay. Then it will go to the line number 35 and onwards, if you see here, right? So this is how try catch block works. One try can have multiple catch block. Finally is optional if you want to write. What how finally block works, it will be executed. So let's comment out this catch block. Let's assume that we are not handling the exception. I have commented out, no, not finally, till this point. I have commented the catch part. Okay. But then it is saying that at least file input stream should be caught. Okay, I'm commenting out as of now this. Okay. Because this is mandatory. This is checked exception. So you cannot run it without solving that. So as of now, there is no catch. Okay. There is no catch block. And I am under finally. Okay. So let's make at num2 as 0 again, because then it will be arithmetic exception. But we have commented out. That means we are not we have not written that. Let's say, right? We have just put try and finally. So this time, if I'll execute this, it is showing me that there is a divide by zero exception, but it is also showing I am under finally. That means irrespective of whether you will catch the exception or not, finally will always be executed. Okay. It's like this. So sometimes, in interview, there is a good question about what is the difference between final, finally, and there is, I think, finalize, something like that. So read about it. Read about those things. As of now, let me uncomment that. We'll see one more example. Very common mistake which we do. I'll show that thing now. Let's create one more program. New, no, let's copy that, or let's create a new notion, new class, and here we'll make exception demo3, make a main function also. Okay. Okay. Now here I will call a function. So I'll say um, fun a, fun a. Okay. I'm calling this. So there should be a function fun a. Okay. All right. Yeah, there should be a function, right? Fun a somewhere defined. So I'm writing public static void fun a, and this is doing something, right? So here I'm writing system.out.println. I am under fun a. I am under fun a. Okay. And now let's do something. So here we want to have one array. So we can say integer um, d some array is equals to new int. The size of this array is, let's assume, is 4. Fine. And or what? Or another way is you can, put all these values also. Instead of just declaring it, you can put the array values also. This is one way. And then you have to write D0 is something, D1 is something, D2 is something, D4 is something. Okay, let me do it. D0 is 12. Okay. D1, D1 is 34. Okay. I can write in single line also. D2, because you're putting semicolons, right? So it's fine. You can do it. And D3, sorry, D3 is equals to 9. Okay. Here is D0, right? So I can print all these values. How I can print it? I can use for loop. So I'll say for integer f is equals to 0. F is less than 3, f plus plus, and here just I want to print those values, right? So I'll say system.out.println d of f. Everyone agree with me that this will print, this is going to print d0, d1, d2, d3, right? And let me make it less than 4. Because I want to go from 0 to 3 basically. Less than 4 means 0 to 3. Exactly 0, 1, 2, 3. Right. So this is printing me. I am under fun A, and then 12, 34, 44, and 9. Right. Because these are the values present at D0, D1, D2, D3, D4. Sorry, just till D3, not D4. Now, by mistake, if somebody will put here 6, right, instead of putting the exact length of this array, we'll put 6. So what will happen this time? If I'll run this thing, it is showing me one exception. It's printing me, but after that it's saying me that exception in thread and its array index out of bound exception. Index 4 is out of the bounds of length 4. And where it is? It is at line number 7. Okay, because you called it at the 7th line. And it is at exact line number 20. So it's saying there is some problem here. But then you will get confused. I did not do any mistake. This system.out.println looks perfect. But then you should see the error message that what it is saying. It's saying that you are putting somewhere the F will become 4. So you are saying D4, which is not allowed. Till D3, it's fine. Once you will say D4, D5, D6, it will show you exception. So handle it. Now, what you should do is you should say try start the code here, start the code end here, and say catch. And now, because you're working with the arrays, so it's better you handle it. What you have to handle? Array related exceptions. So array index out of bounds exception, and then whatever you want to do. So in the catch block, then it's up to you how you want to handle it, right? As of now, I'm just writing that some issue, some issue with with index. Okay, we say it index 0, 1, 2, 3 is index. Okay, this time if I'll run this program, right, it is showing me some issue with index, and it is not stopping our execution, right? Means if there is further program here, there is further line of code after this, it will be executed, right? It will not stop our execution, right? So this is a better way. Now you'll understand how to use, why to use exception. Because even if there is some error we did at line number 18 with this statement, it is handling it. That's why we should handle it. Okay. Now, one more thing is this is like you are catching the exception. There is one more term which is called throw exception. So that I want to show you with one more function, and that will be, let's say, funb, another function funb. Okay, exact same line of code, exact same type of code for funb also. Just one difference will be there. Hold on, it won't take much time. So here it is funb this time, funb. And instead of uh, putting try catch, let's see what other things we can do, right? So here you can here also write throw. You can say throws uh, just a minute, array index bound of exception. So one way is put try catch. Another way is throw array index out of bound exception. So what it will do, whenever there is a problem in any of these lines, not just where you are putting try catch, it's like anywhere in this code block, if there is any problem, it will throw the exception. Got it? It will throw the exception. It's like this. Now, when you will run this, it's showing me that there is a problem. It is executing it, but still it is showing me that there is some problem at line number 38. Okay. So either you use try catch or you can use it here, throws. Better to use try catch. The reason is you can put try catch wherever you think there will be kind of exception. When you are throwing it like this, right? It's is because we are making just 5 to 6 lines of code. That's why you may think that it's very easy and we should use it. But if it is a, let's say, 600 lines of code, and then you have to understand that where the problem has occurred. There may be multiple array index bound of exception. So it will not show you all the places where that exception has come. It will just catch the very first instance of it. Okay. There is one more thing, throw, just throw. So that we will talk maybe in future session. Okay. As of now, in a simple word, we understood about what are the type of exception, how to handle those things, and how to handle it practically. Okay. Fine, guys. That's it for today.